Hey everybody, welcome to Kimmel's Irish Boat. Time for another movie review. Tonight's movie, Copshop. So it's about somebody who's on a run from an assassin who's chasing them. They decide to hide out in a small town police station, and the assassin, I think, finds him in that police station, and then they say a young rookie cop gets caught in the crosshairs of all of this. So interesting. Gerard, Butler, and Frank Grillo are in it. So sounds pretty good. 6.6 on IMDb, 3,075 people rated it so far. An hour and 47 minutes long. I have my high expectations, so let's hope. I'll get into it, find out what it's about, give you a better idea, and let you know what I think. Stick around. Hey everybody, I want to do a quick check-in here. We're watching Copshop. We're at the 52:51 mark. 52 minutes 51 seconds, just under halfway, I think, the way the thing looks. Anyway, so it's what they said. It's interesting because I was trying to figure out who's who and what's what when I saw the actor's name. Frank Grillo is usually the bad guy. Gerard Butler is usually the good guy, right? Well, I think they're both bad in a sense, but the assassin is Gerard Butler, and he's after Frank Grillo. And so they go into this police station. They get themselves, they get themselves arrested first, Frank Grillo, to try and get away from him. But then Gerard knows where he is, so he goes in after him as well and gets himself arrested. So they're all in the police station. And Alexis, she plays the cop. I think they said she's a rookie cop, but she's younger, and she's the one involved in all of this. I mean, there's all other police officers as well, but she's like the focal point. She's trying to get to the bottom of what's really going on. It starts off as nobody knows what's going on at all, and then some things happen that clue them in that, hey, there's some reason that these guys are in here. It's not just for what they got arrested for. So she's trying to figure that all out. Now, they do explain it in a sense. I had to rewatch it, I want to say, 3 times to see. Frank Grillo gives an explanation of what is kind of going on a little bit earlier, and I had to rewind it a bunch of times. I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know if I wasn't hearing it, whatever. So I'm still a little foggy on it. But I get the point that, doesn't matter. Gerard's after him is the bottom line. So when you watch it, just, try and really pay attention when she's trying to get the stuff out of him. Maybe you'll be able to get it, just some headway there, and that helps. So that's really it. Everything else, I mean, there's a lot more details to it, of course, that I won't share. But you have a better idea of kind of what's going on. And we'll see where it goes from here. I think it's pretty good. It's definitely entertaining. And I like, I don't know what to say, the interaction, I guess. Like, it's an action movie. And it's not like a comedy movie. But they have little, there's an exchange that was a little bit whimsical, and I felt it worked well in a situation. In the same setting that I had just talked about, when she's talking to Frank Grillo, Gerard Butler's in the cell there, and there's a little bit of an exchange going back and forth, and it's humorous, but it's not like, out of place kind of thing. And I thought that exchange worked pretty well. So, anyway, I don't know what that means. I'll get back to it here, see what happens, and check in and let you know if it's worth watching. Stick around. Hey everybody, we're at the credits of Copshop, and it stayed really good. I enjoyed most of it. There are parts where it's like, the interesting thing is the dynamic that's created, because you have, both Frank Grillo and Gerard Butler who aren't good guys, and Gerard Butler's obviously the assassin. He's going after Frank Grillo, but and then you have the cop that you obviously know is the good person, and she's in the middle of all of this. So that really creates, like I said, an interesting dynamic as you watch the film, because, who do you like, who do you not like, who you're rooting for, who you're not rooting for, that kind of thing. I mean, outside the cop, what else is going on throughout the whole thing. And, some good action scenes. Some unbelievable stuff. There was, I wouldn't say a whole, but there's a piece of it where it's like, there's, and I don't think this will give anything away, but it was just like, well, where has he been? Where'd he go? Kind of thing. You know, see if you know what I'm talking about when you watch this film. It doesn't. That's not going to spoil anything, but it just, you know, makes you think a little bit there. But otherwise, it was really good. Yeah, that's it. Oh, and the other piece that I didn't like was not the ending, not the dramatic climax, but the piece after that. You know, that piece that happens after the dramatic climax. That was like a little bit much. I get it. I understand why that was put in there. You know, helps with a character there, and that's great. But I don't know, a little much for me. But that's it. I mean, otherwise, I thought it was very entertaining. Yeah, it was a good action film that created some interesting pieces to it because you don't know who you're rooting for. Good acting, and like I said, there's decent pieces of humor. Not laugh out loud humor, but humor placed in this that works well with the environment of the movie. There you go. That's what I got for you. I'd check it out. I'm in between a 6 and a 7, I think, on this one. I don't know. I don't know if I liked it enough to make it a 7, but I didn't dislike it enough to make it a 6. And I don't give pointsies, 5s or nothing, so I'll give it a 7. I'll give it a 7. Go ahead and check it out. Let me know what you think. Let me know if it was worth watching. If not, I apologize. Alright, that's it. Thanks for tuning in. Kimmel's Irish Pub.
Thank you.